Hello and welcome once again to Ignite Your Impact. My name is Jen Rhodes. I am sitting next to Matt.
Hello, everyone.
Our newest family member is in his crate.
Yep.
Sleeping very soundly.
Just in time for us to record this.
Just in time for us to record. So you might tune in next week and I might have him on my shoulder. We'll see. He's very snuggly.
By the way, it's not a parrot. You sit on your shoulder.
That's fair.
Small puppy.
Now I have the visual. I'm sorry.
Well, it's time to jump in and get serious then now.
Yeah. Today's going to be a little different pace than the typical conversation that we have. We usually come in with a topic and some notes and then just riff from there. Today is a little more of a declaration.
Yeah.
I think it's a declaration.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
It's declarative.
Yes. So let's jump in. Let me start out with asking everyone a question. Did you know how many decisions do you think that we make in a day? If you look it up, it's
as a business owner.
Every single person basically makes around 35,000 decisions every single day. Let that sink in. 35,000 decisions. I don't know the math behind that, but if you take that divided by how many hours are in a day and you're actually asleep for 6 to 7 hours, 8 hours a day, take that out of there. And that's a lot of decisions every single minute.
It's a lot.
But here's the kicker. Nearly half of them aren't even conscious decisions. They're habits. They're straight autopilot that you are on. From brushing your teeth to hitting snooze, your brain is running a script and you didn't even write it today.
That right there is the problem.
And that is also the answer. Goes both ways. Yeah.
Oh.
So what if we can hijack those habits? What if we could weaponize that autopilot that we are on every single day for a better body, a better business, or better relationships? And let's break that down just a little bit. So we got 35,000 decisions a day. We already stated that. But here's where it gets really, really wild. There's been some research done. You can look this up. Behavioral research by a Dr. Wood. She's a psychology professor at USC, I believe.
Love this study, by the way.
And she shows that 45% of the behaviors, and I'm not talking about decisions, but behaviors, 45% of behaviors you do every day happen basically the same location, same time, and often while you're thinking about something else. That
is habit.
Yes.
That's programming. That's something that we talk about very often, that your brain is running a program. That's your brain on yesterday's software. And we're not trying to get all matrixy here. We will, but it's a program. Your decisions, your beliefs, your habits, it's all programmed. And I want you to think about that. You wake up, and before you've even made your first real decision, your past self is already driving the bus. Now enter the concept of decision fatigue as a business owner. Holy shit. No, yeah. Fatigua. Do you ever feel just wiped out by 2 p.m.? And you really haven't even done anything that hard yet? I know we've had a couple of days like, I haven't done anything, but my brain is just zapped. It's not laziness. And it's not even tired. That is the cost of constant choices. Your brain is tired. Your brain's like, fuck, lady. Stop. I found this research as well. Cornell did a study and found the average person makes 226 decisions about food alone. Now I know why people hate to track their meals, because they're too busy deciding what to eat. Do you ever feel like that's decision fatigue, right? 226 just on food. Now stack that on top of your work, your relationships, your fitness, your family, your finances. It's no wonder we're tired. It's no wonder you're stuck.
Yeah, and this is a good time to interject. 5 years ago, let's go back 5 years ago. We Jen and I absolutely declared a war, and it was not a war on others. Is a war on average within ourselves, and where we. Well, before I get to that, just a little bit about which you guys probably figured this out, especially anyone who knows me. I'm wired very hot, and it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's certainly
very productive.
It's very productive, but sometimes it can lead to other things.
Sometimes it can be destructive.
But there's ambition in my bones. I always want more, bigger goals, bigger drive, needing to do more. And but somewhere along the way, I lost something. And I woke up one day and I was out of shape. That drive that wants me to be in shape, I was out of shape. We were doing okay, and okay is, I wouldn't even say okay. We were doing okay financially. I was unfulfilled in my relationships that I had. And it didn't all happen at once, because it never does. It never happens at once. It's this slow, sneaky comfort that comes in. But when you want to live an extraordinary life, and someone who's wired hot, that's the way they are, comfort is the enemy. It seduces you into settling. And that's where people get to. And the scary part is you don't even realize it. It's, like I said, it's one day you wake up and you say, well, how the hell did I get here? How the hell did we get here? Now look around. Tell me if this kind of hits home. This next part. Nice car. Decent job. Good kids. Now what about this? Wake up. Scroll. Shower. Drive. Work. Kids' activities. Netflix. Bed. Repeat. Rinse. Repeat. Rinse, repeat, day after day. Sexless marriage, no energy, no growth, no risk, no real life. If any of that sounds familiar, maybe it's not all of it, maybe it's a part of it. You're not living the dream. You're living the same day over and over. And why? Why?
Well, because your environment and your habits are reinforcing the same version of you. Yesterday's version.
We've said that a couple of times. I want to make sure everyone heard that.
Your environment and your habits are reinforcing the same version of you. Yesterday's version.
Yesterday's version. I want to make sure everyone heard that.
You know, here's the truth. You can't outperform your environment. You can't out-willpower your autopilot. It might be the reason that you revert back to old behaviors. You can't outperform your environment. When we saw this glaring thing, meaning when we won the war within ourselves, we saw it everywhere. Everywhere. We could not escape it. Once we woke up, we were like, oh. That's when the Phenix method was born. Not from a marketing plan, but from a personal hatred of what others could achieve, but were not.
Yeah, we realized most people, it's not that people were lazy. That was not it. It was, and they're not even weak. It's not that they love sugar and they love carbs so much that they do this to themselves. It's they're stuck in that environment of the rewards of mediocrity and habits that reward yesterday.
Oh my God, please say that again.
Yesterday.
No, not that. Not that.
They're stuck in this environment that it rewards that mediocre behavior and the habits because it worked yesterday.
Do you know the funny memes on Facebook that just, I'm going to stay lazy? Like, they just infuriate me.
Yeah.
Blood boiling. Now you can see my programming come out.
Yeah, so let me give everyone a quick test here. So I want you to look at your 5 closest relationships or 3 or whatever that number is. And when I say closest relationships, I'm not talking about the person on social media that you're friends with or your acquaintances with. I'm talking about people you actually spend time with. And more so outside of your family. So in this test, don't think about your spouse. Maybe you can, but the people you hang out with.
Maybe we don't
Yeah. So
attack that just yet.
Here's the questions. Is any of those people that you closely associate with, are they significantly fitter than you? Are they significantly wealthier than you? Are they in a much more significant, deep relationship than you. If not, your normal is your prison. That is your normal. Those are the people you are around. And when 45% of your life is on autopilot, you stay locked into that prison. I hope everyone's hearing the 35,000 decisions and 45% on habit. Now you get why you wake up one day and say, fuck, what happened? And you ask yourself, how did we get here? That's how.
I love this podcast, by the way. I'm probably going to go back after we record it and just listen to it because it just gets me fired up. Yeah. So, you know we are about tactics. Jen, how did we get here? Okay. Here's what we did first. We changed our circle of influence. We changed the top 5 people that we were spending time with. Because we both decided we are stuck and we as a unit are going to get unstuck.
Before you go any further, you know, everyone, it's not an inside joke, but Jen and I eat dinner together every single night that I'm not traveling. And we usually at the same place. And people wonder
why? Because I don't like making decisions. That is on autopilot.
That is true. And it's also, we know the macros there, all those things.
It's very convenient
but
and
it's
easy.
Because the environment the two of us create for each other. And we have dinner with other couples and people like that. And, you know,
it's usually my bestie who's also a CEO. Yeah. And we talk business because that's what we like to do.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt, but it was
it's okay.
That's
shout out to Jolene.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. I'm sorry.
It's all good. When we get fired up talking to other couples or people, it's usually because they are also business owners. We are all very like-minded. We're wired that way.
Yeah.
That's our program that we're running, right? But we changed our circle of influence.
Yep.
Who we spent time with, where we went, what we talked about. Do you ever wonder why we go to Scottsdale so much? Well, one, because it's 110 degrees and that just makes me very happy. But go there. Just take a weekend trip. You don't even need to golf. Just go to Scottsdale. Go to Carolyn Commons. Just observe. You will see. You will see why I love it so much. People are pushing hard in every direction, in every aspect of their life, in their fitness, in their overall health and wellness, in their finances, in their relationships. Now, I'm not saying you need to go to Scottsdale. If you do, call me. I'll go with you. But for us, we were so freaking entrenched on autopilot and survival mode, lest we forget survival, that we needed a massive shift. We needed to literally change our environment. I built the Phenix method to replicate some of the things that we do in Scottsdale so that I could bring that method, that disruption to anyone.
Yeah, and you said the first one is environment, the second one's habits. We studied a lot of high achievers. We worked with a lot of high achievers. We hired a lot of high achievers.
Yes.
And we learned one truth. Your routines build your reality. Your routines build your reality. And that's what we learned from them. So we flipped it. So we not only changed our environment, we started changing our habits. We started building our routines backwards, starting from our goals and then basically reverse engineering our habits.
Yeah.
Where do we want to be? What habits lead to that? Because here's one thing. You don't rise to your goal till you fall to your systems. Every damn time.
That's gold, Matt. Say it again.
Well, it goes back to you have all these goals on January 1st. You don't rise to those goals. They get you pumped up, but you fall back to your systems. That's why you can't just set goals. You have to have systems in places. That's why we hire so many coaches. They have systems built out. But you do not rise to your goals. You fall back to your systems. You're not lazy. You're overwhelmed. Plain and simple. So remove the decision fatigue and put your life back on the right rails. Start the night before. This is just pretty simple. Pretty simple stuff. You've heard this before. Lay out your workout clothes. That's a habit. That's your system. You're putting together a system, not I want to go to the gym tomorrow to execute whatever. to lose weight or gain muscle or whatever. You have a system, not a goal. You pack your bag. You log your meals for tomorrow.
What's right outside this door?
Right outside the door is
my gym bag
ready to go. You log your meals the day before.
Yes. Why?
Because
decision fatigue.
And I'm not saying you have to cook all your meals. If you want to do that, that's great, but log them. That's your system. This is your plan. Block your time out for your workouts, your steps, and time with your spouse. And yes, schedule time with your spouse. Why is this so important? Because you probably built a habit of passing each other by, and now you don't have that connection. You need to build that connection again.
I want you to think about it this way. If I have a girls' night out, what do? I put it in my schedule.
Yep.
Right? You look forward to it. You can anticipate it. If you're doing the same thing with your spouse, you can look forward to it. You can anticipate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we schedule sexy time. No, I'm just kidding. Ow, ow.
We do not schedule.
No, we don't. Should.
Maybe I mentally do it. I don't put it in the calendar though.
It's assumed.
Yeah. So you do all this stuff. Sorry. You do all this stuff the night before because this is your system. And then part of the system the next day is victory hour. And why is that so important in the morning? Because you move, you reflect, you plan, and you launch. And here's why all of this is so important to have systems, because even if the day punches you square in the mouth, you've already won part of it. If you start out with a victory hour, you've already won part of your day no matter what happens. You've already got systems in place to fall back on. You're no longer reacting, you're executing.
I love that. God, I love that. And that's one of the main things we preach at the Phenix Method. And if you're one of my clients and you're skipping victory hour, guess what? I might just start dropping their names. I'm coming for you. There's a reason you're stuck. Here's the hard truth. You can't erase bad habits. It's part of your program. You can only replace them. It's like how we're teaching our new puppy. Don't chew on this blanket, chew on this blanket.
Can't erase them, you got to replace them.
Yeah.
I like that.
You can't erase bad habits, you can replace them. That's it. You build systems. You create routines. You write rules. You follow checklists. You automate the life you want. One decision, one environmental cue, one small win at a time. Because your life is not built from your goals. It is built from your defaults. Your life is a sum of automatic decisions, and your habits are your operating system.
They're going to rewind and go back to that. Was good stuff.
Thanks.
The best part about it is you can reprogram it. That's what we did. That's what we do with people is we help them reprogram it. You do it one cue at a time. Jen mentioned that cue. One cue at a time, one habit at a time, one day at a time. You don't try and tackle everything all at once. So I would tell you, if any of this resonated with you, all those things that we were saying, if any of that resonated with you, maybe it's a time for you to start a war on that average and a war on comfort, a war on what you did yesterday. You got to build something extraordinary, and that's where it starts.
I love it. Let's go to war.
Let's wrap there.
Let's wrap it. Guys, I hope you found value in today's episode. If you did, you know the drill. Be sure to like it, share it, tag us in your Instagram stories. Give us a 5-star review. This is how we wage our war on average, by getting this message out. So thank you for letting us. We didn't rant too much today.
No.
I declare war. All right, guys. We'll talk next time.